Hi everyone, Brescia here with the Be Well and Be Free YouTube channel, and this is my end of summer 2021 McNair Phase 1 wrap-up video. Why not? So I think there's about 9 questions that I have to answer for this, so let's dive in. The first one is share what you've learned about yourself during the McNair summer internship. And I really like how this was worded because it doesn't diminish 3 aspects I think that this program really encompasses, which is personal, professional, and academically. And I think for me, it really just reaffirmed the fact that the academic journey is so much more than what you're going to do for the rest of your life. It really has a lot to do kind of with your internal and external momentum and kind of like your inner voice. It just channels a lot of what your likes and dislikes are and what you really like and don't like in life and what you would want to do. So I think that's what it's done for me, is it kind of has just made me look a lot internally and ask myself a lot of different things and put in the work too of the different internal stuff that I think, the rhythms I have going on. What are some of the aspects of summer you wish you knew prior to starting? I don't think there's anything that wasn't kind of covered or expected or anticipated. I kind of think it moved at the pacing I thought it would. So I'm pretty happy with what it is and what it was. I have no complaints here with that. Tell us about the areas you felt you improved the most in. I think again I just improved the most with kind of just like asking more questions and just asking more for more support and help and thoughts, and having that sounding board of just saying, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Obviously, I think a major way I improved is learning how to write in the discipline, learning how to write, the different stuff that comes with the research proposal. So that's my numero uno there. That I feel really happy in, that I've come a long way with writing. I think that's always a concern of mine, but with the proper tools and organization, it all ended up working out pretty well, I think. What components of the summer were you least prepared for? I think for me, and it's just because of my academic journey that I didn't feel as adequate for, but I again am working on it and making a plan to just internally make myself feel better about it, is just obviously with everything in connection to recommenders and just feeling like, am I really good enough for grad school? Like, do I have enough background? I think it's in that aspect. I didn't prepare for how it might make me feel. But I think it has a lot to do with what you learn about yourself. Like, everybody's academic journey is so different. Everyone's at a different place, and it's kind of like a experience. You're building your own experience through the experience that you have. So I don't think I was prepared for what I was going to feel kind of internally. I wasn't anticipating that. Or maybe I was, and that's why I've been sticking to having, therapy once a week and just really talking it through and talking anxieties in general through. So maybe I was prepared for it. I didn't realize it in the back of my mind. And I think too, I wasn't prepared for how quickly it was going to go. I thought in my mind it was going to be a lot slower, but obviously it wasn't. How would you rate your ability to learn over the last 4 weeks? 1 to 5 star rating. So I'll break this into separate. As far as from like learning through research, I think I am going to give myself like a 5 on it. I dove in and I did it. I did what needed to be done. And I'm really excited and proud of that. I think on just the plain old academic side, it is what it is. I know where I'm at with my classes. It's gonna be a mix of really boring stuff. So I would say it's a 3. It's a solid 3. I'm putting the effort in. I'm doing my work. My work's getting done. But it's definitely a 3. I'm ready for my month break that's to come for sure. What has made the summer McNair experience the most enjoyable for you? I would say it's a 2-parter. Or maybe more than a 2-parter. One, I absolutely adore my one-on-ones with Margarita. They're great. I think they're very insightful. It's always great to see other people's journeys too and how they've evolved. I'm one of those people, like I'm a sponge. I soak stuff up. So they've been super enjoyable conversations. Not to say that my one-on-ones with Braylon were, because they were as well. So I think that that's been like enjoyable. It's been like a mini, like, just again, sounding board session of, what do you think of this idea? What do you think of that? And I enjoy that. I enjoy having that kind of, that support and cohesiveness. And I think this would actually segue into the next question. How has your perception of faculty professors changed since working with your FM? That's been the most enjoyable part for me too, as well, with Dr. Lacasse, just like seeing how I've grown and evolved over these last few weeks. I don't know if it's changed my perception or if it's something that I'm going to be more mindful of, is that not everyone in the future, if they're, an FM, might be as genuine and as just kind and patient. There are probably going to be some, real a-holes out there. So I think it's been enjoyable that my first experience working with a mentor has been so, not easy, but been so nice, and just kind of the flow has gone. I think that's something that's really important to me. And I think it's been really important, especially with searching for PhD programs, to really try to make the valiant effort to connect with people as much so beforehand as possible, just to make sure that there's a match there. I think that's another thing that I've kind of learned and enjoyed looking into and doing. And I think the perception of it too is that not everybody is cold. There are warm people out there for sure that understand that this could be your first time doing anything like this. It's just finding those people that you kind of connect with and mesh with. I think that's the most important thing for me, because I know for me, if I don't connect with someone, I'm not gonna, it won't work. I'm all for that. Life's not always easy and not always rainbows and butterflies. I obviously know that from, building a career in life. You're not always going to come across, leaders and bosses that you like, but it is a big percentage of the battle to find people you connect with. What advice could you share to best prepare the next cohort of scholars for their summer experience? This is actually something I've been doing a lot of thinking on, because I put it into kind of my interest and goals that I somehow in the future definitely want to give back to McNair somehow, whether or not it's through, if I get my master's in counseling, provide free counseling or free whatever. But I think their preparedness is to just be prepared to do the work on all the fronts, not just obviously the academic fronts, but the personal and professional. So make sure that not only do you take advantage of the support from the cohort, but find your support system outside of it too as well. I think that's really key. Even if it's one or two people that you talk to about it, find someone else that might not be from the academic or professional mindset, but from your personal life, that you can share your successes with. And if you can find someone within the cohort that can kind of be a success and accountability partner, go ahead and do so, I think. And then just obviously make sure, and it segues into the next thing, time management. Just make sure you have it, but in both regards, that you're giving equal time to your research, equal time to your academics, but also equal time to yourself. I think everyone gets so freaked out about okay, I have to do this, this, and this, but make sure you're taking care of you, which obviously you guys do a great job of making sure that we're doing that, and that's built up. So tell us about your time management skills. Do you feel they improved because of the McNair summer experience? Why or why not? Okay, so this is a tricky one. I think for me, just where I'm at right now in life, because I'm not working full time, my time management skills are okay for just how I'm living, if that makes sense. So I have the time to devote to school and McNair, but essentially that can be a problem too, because when you're devoting too much time to things, that's just all you're doing. So I think for me it was a lot of tweaking of just staying on track with obviously the summer classes, doing what I needed to do for research, doing what I needed to do for grad school prep. And I think I obviously have devoted enough time to each of those things, but knowing when to shut it off, I think is really super important too. So for me, I kind of through this week and next week, I'm gonna continue working on grad school stuff, just have you know, a couple appointments with Lana here or there for writing, and then I'm gonna shut it down probably until the next, you know, till the fall, just so I make sure I have that refreshed mindset. Maybe more things will come to me about grad school and stuff like that. So trying to think. Yeah, I mean, I really think it just really set me up well for the future, especially in regards to research. I feel confident that definitely I could continue on with my current topic and segue into several other projects. And then the summer's also sparked other topics. Oh, that's another thing for me. If it's especially someone who's in psych, I would definitely say make sure you have like a little notebook, and as those little like future research projects come out, write them down and keep them somewhere. I have probably like 10 right now, like in my notes, just written for future things. So make sure that's everything. Yeah, I mean, I think that's everything. I think I'm excited for the fall. I think the fall is going to be really interesting. I already have my schedule set, so 2 asynchronous, 2 synchronous classes, hopefully next week. The internship interview I have goes well, and I have my 3 recommenders pretty much too, so that's good. One might switch out here or there, but I have my recommenders, so 2 very strong ones, so that's always awesome. So yeah, I'm excited for the fall. I'm just excited. I'm, you know, nervous too that the next 2 semesters are gonna go by really fast, and then the process is gonna be here. But yeah, that's it. So I think I've gone well over 7 to 9 minutes, or 7 minutes. So yeah, that's it. And that's my summer check-in for phase 1 of the McNair program.